Hello and welcome to our channel. Today, we re-diving deep into one of the most complex and tragic conflicts of the late 20th century, the Yugoslav Wars. These wars, which unfolded from 1991 to 2001, were a series of violent struggles that erupted after the disintegration of Yugoslavia, a country that had been united for much of the 20th century. Over the course of the 1990s, the region was torn apart by ethnic conflict, political instability, and foreign intervention. The Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, once a powerful federation in southeastern Europe, was a patchwork of 6 republics and numerous ethnic groups: Croats, Serbs, Bosniaks, Slovenes, Albanians, and others. But by the late 1980s and early 1990s, tensions were mounting as nationalist movements gained traction, ethnic divisions deepened, and the country's leadership began to crumble. To understand the wars, we need to first understand how Yugoslavia broke apart. After the death of longtime leader Josip Broz Tito in 1980, the country began to experience increasing political and economic instability. Tito's death marked the beginning of the end for Yugoslavia as nationalist sentiment surged. Ethnic and regional tensions flared up, leading to calls for independence in several republics. By 1991, the first republic to break away was Slovenia, followed closely by Croatia. This triggered a domino effect, and soon Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, and Macedonia followed suit. Serbia, led by Slobodan Milosevic, sought to preserve a united Yugoslavia and supported Serb minorities in the seceding republics, ultimately leading to a series of violent clashes with the disintegration of the federal structure. A brutal and multi-sided conflict erupted. The first major war, the 10-Day War, began in Slovenia in June 1991. As Slovenian forces fought against the Yugoslav People's Army, which was dominated by Serbs, Slovenia declared independence, and the Yugoslav military launched an assault to prevent the breakup. After 10 days of fighting, Slovenia's independence was largely respected, but this was just the beginning. Next came the Croatian War of Independence, which started in the summer of 1991. Croatia, like Slovenia, declared independence from Yugoslavia, but the Serb population in Croatia, backed by Serbia, strongly opposed it. This led to horrific fighting, particularly in regions with mixed ethnic populations like Vukovar and Kajanayan. The war was marked by widespread atrocities, including massacres, ethnic cleansing, and the siege of cities, but perhaps the most devastating of the conflicts was the Bosnian War, which began in 1992 and lasted until 1995. Bosnia and Herzegovina, a republic with a complex mix of Bosniaks, Croats, and Serbs, declared independence after a referendum. This was opposed by Bosnian Serbs, who were supported by Serbia. Soon, the Bosnian War became a brutal, ethnically charged conflict with no clear front lines. The 3 main groups in Bosnia, Bosniaks, Croats, and Serbs, fought for control of the country, with each side committing atrocities against the others. One of the darkest moments of the war came in 1995 with the Srebrenica massacre, where Bosnian Serb forces systematically murdered over 8,000 Bosniak men and boys in what has been recognized as a genocide. As the war raged on, the international community was slow to intervene, and the United Nations struggled to maintain peace in the region. Peacekeepers were sent to Bosnia, but they were often unable to prevent the violence. The international response grew more intense as the war dragged on, especially as the scale of the atrocities became clearer. In 1995, the war in Bosnia was finally brought to an end through the Dayton Agreement, which established Bosnia and Herzegovina as a single country divided into 2 entities, one for Bosniaks and Croats and another for Serbs. However, the region remained unstable, and the conflict was far from over. In 1999, NATO intervened in the Kosovo War, a conflict between Yugoslav forces and ethnic Albanians seeking independence in Kosovo. The Kosovo War, which took place between 1998 and 1999, saw brutal repression of the ethnic Albanian population by Yugoslav and Serbian forces under Milosevic's government. As ethnic Albanians sought independence, the conflict escalated, leading to mass displacement and atrocities. NATO, frustrated by Serbia's actions, launched a 78-day air campaign in 1999 to force Milosevic to withdraw his forces from Kosovo. In the aftermath, Kosovo was placed under UN administration, and in 2008, Kosovo declared independence, though Serbia and several other countries have yet to recognize it. The wars left deep scars across the region. The human cost was staggering, with estimates of over 100,000 people killed and millions more displaced. The legacy of ethnic division, war crimes, and unresolved political issues continues to affect the Balkans today. Efforts at reconciliation and rebuilding have made progress, but tensions still simmer in places like Kosovo and Bosnia, where the ethnic divides persist. War crimes trials, such as those held at the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia (ICTY), have sought justice, but they can't undo the suffering. The Yugoslav Wars were a tragic chapter in modern history. They not only reshaped the political landscape of southeastern Europe, but also left a legacy of trauma and division that remains visible today. Understanding the causes and consequences of these wars is essential in helping us prevent similar conflicts in the future. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more historical deep dives. If you'd like to learn more, check out the links in the description below. Until next time, stay curious.